Good morning, traders. This is Shane Scott, the moderator of Newsware's Trade Talk. At Trade Talk, we're providing you with the most up-to-the-minute news on the market, along with the facts, themes, and short-term trading ideas for the day ahead. Joining me today is our trading anchor, Bill Olson, who brings over 30 years of institutional trading knowledge to our program. Let's go ahead and get things started with our markets update. U.S. futures are mixed this morning, with S&P futures up 0.09%, Dow futures up 0.28%, and NASDAQ futures down 0.32%. Markets continue to see green today. For the most part, they were higher earlier. Now it's a bit mixed, with several positive corporate earnings having taken the focus off the economic impact caused by Delta variant spread. The dollar has strengthened while treasuries have slipped. Treasury yields have risen about 1.2%, though the question is still in the air as to whether the recovery in yields has legs in light of lingering concern about the Delta variant that led traders to pare back bets on the Federal Reserve rate hike. Elsewhere in markets, crude oil has climbed back above $70 a barrel. Over in Europe, the Stock 600 index has advanced with gains led by travel and leisure stocks. Over in Asia, the MSCI index of Asia Pacific shares paired gains. Country performance has been mixed, with Japan higher and Hong Kong retreating. Bill, what are you seeing as far as market updates?
Well, Shane, I've been watching the S&Ps all morning long. They were higher, they pulled back, but they're still positive, so that's a good sign. You had a bunch of earnings reports coming out, so that's fueling the pre-market gains today. You got the infrastructure bill that's going to be voted on today. May not have the votes, but we'll see. Things could always change. Europe, slightly higher. Asia muted, basically because they're still dealing with a big outbreak of the Delta virus. You got lots of earnings coming out today, so that's where my focus is, and that's what I'm going to be paying attention to the most is the earnings reports that are being released.
Well, let's get into earnings reports, earnings to watch. There's a lot of them. Bill, why don't you tell us about them?
Oh, there's a lot of them. Start off with Netflix. Netflix is trading a little lower. It's down, 1.28% right now. But they beat by 6 cents, and they did it on higher revenue. But it's not always about the EPS beat. With Netflix, it's about the subscriber growth. And the subscriber growth was essentially muted. It's okay, just enough, barely enough for the third quarter. They're really focusing on, bringing in gaming functionality into their offerings. And they're really expecting that to be the next driver of this stock. Sleep Number Beds, that's ticker SNBR, Sam, Nancy, Boy, Richard. Sleep Number Beds, they missed by 16 cents on lower revenue. You see the stock is down 12% this morning. Chipotle, on the other hand, that's ticker CMG, Charlie Michael Grace. They beat by 97 cents on higher revenue. And you see that stock is up 4.4% this morning. UAL, they delivered a beat on higher revenue. Verizon, ticker VZ, they beat by 8 cents on higher revenue this morning. Hog, Harley Davidson, ticker HOG, they beat by 24 cents on higher revenue. Coca-Cola, that's ticker KO, they beat by 13 cents on higher revenue. And, I'm wrapping this up with Johnson & Johnson, which really did benefit from additional drug sales. They beat by 19 cents on higher revenue. And you're seeing, Verizon, Harley Davidson, Coca-Cola, and Johnson & Johnson all trading higher this morning.
Let's give our traders some insights as far as upcoming earning announcements.
Well, there's a lot to talk about here. Las Vegas Sands kind of leads my list. That's ticker LVS. Their earnings estimate is for a negative 14 cents. Now, their expected move here is 5.8%. It's kind of interesting. People have been going back to the casinos. So we're going to have to see what happens with Las Vegas Sands when they release this afternoon. Discover Financial Network. This is ticker DFS. This is interesting to me. Earnings estimate there are for $4.01. The expected move here is 5.6%. Remember, these guys delivered a blowout quarter last year, and I'm positive on DFS going into earnings. Whirlpool, that's ticker WHR. Earnings estimates are $5.94. The expected move here is 5.6%. Graco, that's ticker GGG. Earnings estimate are 61 cents. The expected move here is 6.4%. And Netgear, ticker NTGR, Nancy, Tom, Grace, Richard. Earnings estimate here is 71 cents and the expected move is 12.6%. All these companies are releasing this afternoon. Then there's tomorrow morning where we have Abbott Labs, ticker ABT, Apple Boy Tom. Their earnings estimate is $1.01, 1.01. And the expected move here is 3.2%. Biogen, ticker BIIB, Boy India, India Boy. Their earnings estimate is $4.54. Expected move here is 5.41%. Freeport McMoran, it's ticker FCX, Frank Charlie X-Ray. Earnings estimate is 75 cents. Expected move here is 6%. Southwest Airlines, it's ticker LUV, Larry Uncle Frank, Larry Uncle Victor. Earnings estimate here is $1.25. Expected move here is 5.13%. Domino's Pizza, I've been reading some negative stuff on Domino's. It's ticker DPZ. Earnings estimate is $2.87. The expected move is 5.12%. Quest Diagnostics, that's ticker DGX, David Grace X-Ray. Earnings per share is $2.85. The expected move here is 6.05. Just remember, these guys benefited from all this COVID testings. I doubt that they're going to have as many COVID testings in the last quarter as they've had in the previous quarters. Crocs, that's ticker CROX, Charlie Richard Oscar X-Ray. Earnings per share estimate is $1.57. Expected move is 13.29%. These guys had a blow-up quarter last quarter. And then I'm wrapping this up with Alaska Airlines, which is ticker ALK, Apple Larry Kilo. Earnings estimate here is for them to lose 54 cents. Now, the expected move here is 9.19%. The airlines have been, all expected to lose money, but they've all been coming in with lower losses than anticipated. So I'll be watching ALK this afternoon as well. But this is what I have for you this morning, Shane.
Well, let's tell the traders what we're seeing as far as economic reports. But what are we seeing for reports?
I'm only seeing one. At 10:30 this morning, we have the Department of Energy's oil stockpiles report. Interesting note, the American Petroleum Institute actually showed a rise in stockpiles yesterday afternoon. So it will be interesting to see what the data comes out with this morning when this data is released at 10:30. Will definitely have an impact on crude oil prices.
Moving into our morning's critical insights, starting things off with one on Merck, ticker MRK. The company has received marketing authorization from the European Commission for Verquvo, its treatment for chronic heart failure in adults. Merck's share price is up 0.43% in pre-market. News on Boston Scientific, ticker BSX. The company has announced positive 24-month results from its long-term oral anticoagulation treatment for stroke risk reduction. The treatment significantly lowered ischemic strokes and prevented patient hospitalizations, and BSX share price is up 0.82% in pre-market. Elsewhere on the tape, Empire Retirement has acquired Prudential Financials, ticker PRU, their full-service retirement business for $3.55 billion. Prudential share price is up 1.46% in pre-market. News on Costco, ticker COST, and Uber, ticker UBER. The companies have entered a delivery pilot with 25 locations across Texas where Costco members could have their groceries delivered with Uber and Uber Eats. In coming weeks, 7 additional Costco warehouses will be available to Uber users via Uber and Uber Eats mobile apps with a minimum order of $35. Delivery would be free. Costco's share price is up 0.11% in pre-market, while Uber's share price is up 0.6%. News on Eaton, ticker ETN. The company has gained approval from the U.S. District Court for the District of Columbia to close the sale of the company's hydraulics business to Danfoss, with a sale expected to close August 2nd of this year. In other news, Tesla, ticker TSLA, the supercharger network that Tesla has built is open to other cars this year, according to a statement by Elon Musk on Twitter yesterday. News on Target, ticker TGT, and Ulta, ticker ULTA. Ulta Beauty stores inside Target are slated to begin rolling out in more than 100 Target stores nationwide and online, with more than 50 specially curated prestige brands this August. The companies are planning for their shop-in-shops to reach a total of 800 Target stores across the country within the coming years. Target share price is up 0.04% in pre-market, while Ulta share price is up 1.04%. News on Apple. Apple, ticker AAPL, is said to release only 5G-enabled iPhones beginning in 2022. Lastly, for me, one on Netflix, ticker NFLX. Netflix has stated that it views all devices it serves as possible platforms for gaming experiences, and that it will be taking an experimental approach to the space, seeing rich opportunity to advance technical capability and improve quality of gaming experience it can offer on a range of devices. And Netflix share price is down 0.99% in pre-market. Bill, what are you seeing as far as this morning's news?
Shane, I break my news into specific alerts. I'm looking at alerts that are based on specific sectors. I'm looking for alerts that are based on specific events. It just helps me kind of navigate the hot news of the day. I start off with my FANG alert, and the key story behind the FANG sector this morning is President Biden appears to be leaning towards nominating Jonathan Cantor to head up the Justice Department's antitrust division. Now, Cantor's been a longtime foe of Google, and he's a well-known antitrust lawyer, and he's closely aligned with FTC Chairman Lina Khan, which everybody's asking for her removal, but they keep stacking the deck against these social media companies. So we'll have to wait and see what happens as that story develops. Moving over to Netflix, that's ticker NFLX. Now, they reported their second quarter earnings, which were kind of below the market expectations, actually. Now, in the letter to shareholders, they use the term lumpiness to describe its subscriber growth. I never really heard the term lumpiness in a report before, but that's what they were describing it, because they're saying that the pandemic's pulling forward growth that they experienced last year. The good thing about Netflix is they did buy back 1 million shares for the third quarter. Netflix says it expects an EPS at $2.55 on revenue of $7.48 billion. So that's a positive. And it's really about the gaming devices for Netflix. Facebook is apparently strengthening its ad policies and enforceable around prescription drugs. They really need to be able to do that. Going over to my Dow Jones 30 alert, I'm looking at JP Morgan, let's ticker JPM. The board of directors awarded Chief Executive Jamie Dimon 1.5 million options in the form of stock appreciation rights. This special award really reflects the board's desire for Dimon to continue to lead the firm for a significant number of years. Got to remember, Jamie Dimon's 65 years old. He's talked about, his legacy. So, we don't know if this is going to be enough compensation to actually get him to want to stay. I'm looking at Intel. This is ticker INTC. Intel and Airtel collaborate to accelerate 5G networks. Intel's earnings are coming out Thursday afternoon. Have not seen a lot of positive, stories on Intel's earnings. So I got to dig deeper into that. McDonald's, this is ticker MCD, Michael Charlie David. McDonald's estimates were raised at KeyBank on first look data. And let's, also, keep in mind Johnson & Johnson, who released strong earnings today. There's a note out there on Johnson & Johnson about their one-shot coronavirus vaccine. They're saying it's much less effective against the Delta variant than it is against the original version of the COVID-19. This was based on a new study that was posted online. I find this interesting because J&J has really been pushing for a booster shot, which health officials are not so sold on. I'm going over to the options market right now, and yesterday Bitcoin dropped below 30,000. That's a key level for Bitcoin. So it's worth kind of taking a look at the digital currency equity holdings to see what their volatilities look like. Marathon Digital Holdings, that's ticker MARA, M-A-R-A, Michael Apple, Richard Apple. The 30-day option implied volatilities at 113, and the 52-week range is 101 to 394. Let's go over to Coinbase, which is a recent IPO. That's ticker COIN, Charlie, Oscar, India, Nancy. The 30-day option implied volatilities at 60 compared to the 52-week range of 45 to 81. Hasn't really been around 52 weeks yet. Square, that's ticker SQ. Sam Quinton, the 30-day option implied volatility is 48 compared to its 52-week range of 40 to 77. Interesting though, Square has a call put ratio of 1.6 calls to every one put. Moving on to catalyst watches that I caught this morning, Citibank opened up a 30-day positive catalyst watch on LPL Financial. That's ticker LPLA, Larry Paul, Larry Apple. Also, Checkpoint, this is ticker CHKP, Charlie Henry, Kilo Paul. Checkpoint was named a catalyst call buy idea at Deutsche Bank this morning. In terms of events that I'm seeing, WOOF, WOOF, this is Petco Health and Wellness Company. Their annual shareholders meeting is today, and it starts at 3 p.m. Eastern time. But that's what I have for hot news events this morning, Shane.
Let's take a look at our Trade Talk picks for today. I'm picking one that I spoke about, Costco, ticker COST. This is off the move that it's making with Uber, with this delivery pilot in Texas, with 25 locations. It's interesting for them. It's actually very new for them. This is the first time for them to do something like this. So it's an innovative move. And, Costco's already obviously a very popular store across America. So this is something that could really take off for them, just starting with Texas. So I think this will be a lot of positive sentiment behind it and that it'll move higher. What's your pick looking like, Bill?
I'm going with Discover Financial Networks. That's ticker DFS, David First Sam. Earnings are due out this afternoon. Now, it's priced for a 4.3% move. Last quarter's blowout earnings report really has people excited about this afternoon's release. I'm looking at the price targets that are coming in from the brokers. You got JP Morgan, they recently upgraded their price target to 145 from 122. UBS upgraded their price target from 120 to 140. Deutsche Bank up theirs from 120 to 130. You're seeing raises across the board is my point. So I'm really expecting something positive to come out from DFS. I think that they could beat this their earnings estimate significantly, and we could see a nice pop in that stock. DFS, Discover Financial Networks, earnings are out this afternoon.
Let's take a look at what's hot off the press. So this is the news that's hitting the tape as we speak. It'll be moving the stocks today. Let's get into it. So Bill, which are the ones we should let traders know about?
Ticker BBBY, boy, yellow. This is Bed Bath & Beyond. They said that their flagship store in New York City is going to reopen tomorrow, July 22nd.
Autograph is announcing a strategic relationship with Lionsgate and DraftKings, ticker DKNG.
Looking at TravelZoo, that's ticker TZOO, Tom Zebra Oscar. TravelZoo reports 31.3 million members globally as of June 30th.
Pfizer, ticker PFE, and BioNTech, ticker BNTX, have made a pact with BioVac to make and distribute COVID vaccines in Africa.
Autodesk, that's ticker ADST. They ended takeover talks with Altium. Johnson & Johnson, ticker J&J, they raised their 2021 revenue guidance.
Coca-Cola, ticker KO, it says that its value share in total NARTD beverages are now ahead of 2019 level.
Here's one on Intel. Citi expects negative catalysts from Intel's Q2 report. Citibank, negative catalyst on Intel, INTC.
The Dollar General, ticker DG, has opened up a new distribution center in Walton, Kentucky.
Woodbush expects a good Q2 report from Apple.
ST Microelectronics, ticker STM, is working jointly with Unilumin to develop LED displays. Some news on AbbVie, ticker ABBV. It's been granted a breakthrough therapy designation for its treatment for MDS.
Here's one on UAL. United Airlines is basically saying to Wall Street that profits should return next quarter.
Rio Tinto has said that Richards Bay Minerals is to shut down one of its furnaces due to depletion of available feedstock at the plant. You seen anything else good, Bill?
No, that's all I'm seeing right now, Shane.
Same here. So that's what's hot off the press. Traders, keep in mind you can receive the same stories that we do simply by subscribing at newsware.com. Check us out for a free trial. Moving into our scoreboard, talking about how our picks did from Tuesday. I had Winnebago, ticker WGO. It opened at $64.16, and it just went straight up till the close. It ended up at $68.59 for a 6.9% gain, and it's still looking good this morning, even higher. So it was a great pick for us. How did yours end up doing, Bill?
I did NASDAQ, ticker NDAQ, Nancy David Apple Quinton. Stock opened up at 177.77 and ran all the way up to 182.72, which is a 2.72% differential. Finished the day at 180.90, which marks the difference between the opening and the closing price of a 1.79% difference. But it was all positive. It was a good day.
Nice, good picks all around. Well, that's going to do it for us here at Trade Talks. But traders, you know what to do. Let's get out there. Let's make some green.